Mom suggests Dad. Dad's shaking his head before she finishes. We'll make better time if we drive tonight. Tomorrow is the Saturday before Christmas. The roads will be a nightmare. He leans forward once more, meeting my gaze. Get your stuff and head straight to your grandparents'. Call them to let them know you're on the way. That's my dad. All business. This is the first time in years Dad will be away from the station for more than a few days. I will. One more hug from Mom, and I blow a kiss to Dad. Then they're gone. The glowing red taillights of my parents' SUV disappear down the road, and a flood of emotions rolls through me. Thrilling anticipation, but also an ache that settles deep in my belly. I do my best to shake it off. It's not that I don't want to be with them, just thinking about waking up on Christmas morning without my parents has my stomach twisting in knots. But I just can't spend my entire break trapped in Margot and Brad's tiny apartment. Once I'm back in my room, the first thing I do is call Nonna to tell her I'll be there in a few hours. She's distracted. I can hear the customers at the flower shop she owns talking loudly in the background, and can guess she's only hearing about every third word I say. Drive carefully, sweetheart, she says. As she's hanging up, I can hear her shouting poinsettia prices at Randy in the greenhouse, and I smother a grin. It's 6 o'clock, and it's just a short drive from Minden to Shreveport, where my grandparents and the rest of my family live. Nonna won't look for me until around 10. 4 glorious hours to myself. I fall back on my bed and stare at my slowly turning ceiling fan. Even though I'm 17, my parents don't like for me to stay home alone. And when I do manage to pull it off, there's usually a parade of deputies doing drive-bys, just to check on things. It's all sorts of ridiculous. Feeling around on the bed for my phone, I call Griffin to let him know I'll be staying, but after 8 rings, it goes to voicemail. I send him a text, then wait for those 3 little dots to appear. I hadn't told him I was trying to convince my parents to let me stay. No reason for both of us to be disappointed if it didn't work out. I stare at the blank screen for another few seconds, then throw the phone down on the bed and move to my desk. There's a clutter of makeup and colored pencils and nail polish bottles scattered across the surface. Almost every inch of the bulletin board hanging on the wall in front of me showcases crisp white index cards for each college I'm considering. There's a color-coded list of pros, green, and cons, red, on each card, plus all of the application requirements per school. A few sport a big green check mark, meaning I've already met every requirement and been accepted. But most I'm still waiting to hear from. I call this my inspiration board, but Mom calls it my obsession board. My eyes move to the first card I tacked up at the beginning of freshman year. LSU. Once upon a time, I thought it was the only school that would make the board. But then I realized I needed to keep my options open. My phone dings, and I glance back toward the bed. It's just a notification that someone liked my last post, not Griffin texting me back. I glance at the blank cards stacked on my desk and, for half a second, consider making a Griffin list. We've been together for over a year, and school is usually our biggest focus. But with the 2-week break ahead and no midterms or papers to worry about, the idea of being here alone with him is exciting. Even though we've been taking things slow. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't thought about taking our relationship to the next level. Green. Together almost a year. We're seniors and almost 18. Red. Haven't said, I love you yet. Not sure if I'm ready to say, I love you yet. Mom would definitely have a problem if she sees that list hanging there, so I resist the urge. My phone chimes again. I feel my heart lurch when I see the text icon, but when I check the screen, I see another pic from Margot. I open the image and stare at it for a few minutes. Someone needs to take the phone away from her. Me.